My name is Francis Karugah. Most people call me Frankie. She mentioned that we worked together when I was very young. I was actually 18 years old, and we used to run a BPO unit for transcription. So I've worked for a very long time. I'm not 40 yet. I joined, I joined the agency universe through an interesting situation. I used to run a blog. So if you're old enough, you might remember that back in the day, we didn't have blogs or tabloids that would speak about celebrity culture. And I used to write about the media industry instead of focusing on celebrities. I focused on the media industry. And the blog was titled Media Madness. And it was an interesting journey because I started writing when I was 19 years old. And when I was 22 years old, Andrew White and George Luther and Barrett spent weeks looking for me because it used to be anonymous. And when they found me, they told me, you need to come and write as a copywriter. And I didn't know what a copywriter was. And I went home and I told my dad, these guys want me to be a copywriter. And I showed him the offer letter they gave me. And he thought they were selling drugs because at that point, I was turning 23. They were giving me about 45,000 shillings. I was still in school. And no one understood what the agency was at home. And my dad said, if you want to do it, just power through it. And I did. And I worked with, I was a shit copywriter to start with, by the way, because obviously I didn't know what copywriting was. Sandeep. So, and they put me on Kenya Airways and Fanta and NIC then. And it was a very interesting journey for me. And then Project Fame came along. And they looked around and they asked, who's the guy who understands digital? And I used to write, the blog was still running. And they were like, okay, this guy seems to understand how the digital universe works. Maybe let's train him and see if this could be a business unit that can work from Project Fame. And Project Fame became my first client. We won awards for the good work that we did. And Scanner Digital was started with myself and a designer and an account manager. And it was an interesting journey. So over the last decade, I've been in this industry. And I take pride in being a marketer. I've grown from that trainee copywriter to now the vice president of indaHash. So, thank you. And what we do at indaHash, it's something that I'm really passionate about. So the creator economy in Kenya, for when we started influencer marketing in the agency universe, the first client that we had was Kiwi. And I don't know if you guys remember then, Rudisha was the brand ambassador for Kiwi. And when the ad ran, people were making fun of the ad because he couldn't say viatu vyangu. And the brand graciously allowed him to be himself. And so he became viatu vyangu. But then the conversation needed to change. So we pitched to Sophie Olodupoi and we said, what if we got all these guys on Twitter to come in and change the narrative and focus on the humanness of the story and him being real, and became the first influencer campaign in Kenya, and it was a success. The second campaign we did was Palpi. So I've been in the industry from that perspective for a very long time. So when I joined indaHash, I had all these things I needed to sort out that the industry was struggling with. One of the things that the industry is struggling with is data. And I'm so sorry, I actually don't know how to use these things because we're fully virtual. Oh. Yeah. Point at the machine. Which machine? I'm like, my age is showing. I'm like, what machine? I'm a machine as well, if you think about it, right? Yeah? Okay, cool. So one of the things that we needed to sort out was eliminating the human bias when we come to selecting your creators. Constantly would send clients lists and they say, me, I don't like this guy. I don't like the way this guy dresses. I don't like the way he talks. But you know, at the end of the day, we have to rely on data as marketers. And what we've done at indaHash is we've brought in data to the influencer selection process, which is really important. Now, you won't say, me, my baby, I like that guy, you know, because of your biases. Now, yeah, it's not given. Or maybe so you send someone a DM one time when you're in the club, and now you see them on a list, and you're like, "Kumsalini katabana. This guy can't talk on my campaigns." No, let's use data. So what we're doing is we're eliminating the human bias from the selection. And what we've done, we've created over 40 filters. We take your brief, and we put that brief through the system, and it generates for us all these filters based on your brief requirements. So we say age. Where does this person live? We can get you influencers even in Nakuru. Today we had an activation for one of our clients, Soko, in a place called Kaninikega in Nakuru. And we had local influencers. You'd never see local influencers if you're constantly looking through your feed or you have humans looking through your feed. You need technology to help you find such people. The other thing we've done is these are the filters. We're able to even tell you things about audience credibility. People are very smart. Someone will go to get a credit card, go to China, buy 50,000 bots. They show you the data, you're like, wow, this guy has followers. But when the content goes live, one like and like 50 comments in Chinese. You're like, what's going on? So we're able to tell you about audience credibility. Is this person legit? And we have markers for it. And we show you, if the markers are red, we show you why they are red. We're also able to tell you things about a controversy. I'm a very controversial person, by the way. So don't follow me on Twitter, by the way. This is marketing. I'm selling my Twitter account. So if you put my Twitter account on this platform, it might show up as politically misaligned because my political views are very loud. But from a brand perspective, the things you're looking at is this person brand safe, which is really important? Is this someone I can trust with my brand messaging? Is this someone I can trust with, being seen next to my brand? And what we do, we're able to tell you if this person has been involved in any controversy. And if they're clean and the campaign goes live, we have an active tracker for every single creator we have on the platform on every campaign, and we can tell you when crisis hits. Recently, we were executing for Airtel, and in Congo, this lady does fantastic work, by the way. We noticed that her content was being flagged, and we quickly went in to check what's going on. I don't speak French. My French ends at omelette du fromage in Ishiapo. So we have a French person on the ground, and we tend to suss out the situation, and she had been accused of keeping someone else's spouse. And it's not an offense, by the way. Because, it's consensual, right? But the platform was easily able to pick out the markers of what that conversation was before it became quite drastic. We did speak to her to let her know that there's a section of the internet that thinks that you keeping someone's spouse is a bit dodge. And she was like, anyways, he's here with me. And the conversation, we were able to help her navigate the conversation. We crafted a few posts for her, right? So we're able to tell such things when you're running the campaign. So why indaHash? Someone might say, listen, I have my influencer manager in the office, I have my brand team, I have my agency team, but why indaHash? We're bringing technology to this process. If we're going to change the creator economy, we have to infuse it with technology. And that's the only thing we're doing with indaHash. No one else is doing it, by the way. Nasi kuringa. I don't brag a lot. I don't brag a lot. If you ask my spouse, atajua, I'm the most humble person. But we're the only ones doing this. And you also a flyer on your seats, right? If you scan that code, you get access to my calendar immediately. And you can book a 30-minute slot with myself and my team. And what I'm going to offer everyone who's here is a 2-week trial for free on the platform. Because 2 weeks for free, right? So book your slot. We have a quick conversation. We understand what it is you're looking for. We understand your pain points. And this platform, the beauty about our platform is we're able to customize it in as many ways as you wish. We're able to plug into your internal systems as well. If you have internal reporting tools, our platform is an open API platform. We're able to integrate you as well. So yeah, take advantage of the 2-week trial. And that 2-week trial, by the way, it's going to be fantastic. If it doesn't fulfill your influencer needs, imagine come beat me. Come beat me. I'm serious. I'm a tall. I'll drop my pin, but if you don't have ETC on the expressway, utasafa. I live far. So, and for us, we're just making it simple in 3 easy steps. The strategic planning. I've been involved in the creative industry for the last 14 years. I would not allow your brief to come in and just become another brief. I'm making sure that I infuse my knowledge and best practice in giving you the best campaign strategy, the best creative strategy. One of our creative directors is obsessed with how Kenyans bring to life campaigns. And so he's constantly learning how to bring in the correct nuances into the campaigns. Execution. Now, creators in Kenya have this habit. When a campaign is due, ukimaliza campaign, the first thing you do is go on Twitter and say, this agency does not even pay us. What we promise our creators is we pay you, because we need to grow the creator economy. We are paying creators a monthly salary. So if you're on a campaign, and make sure I'm paying you on the 30th day, whether the client has paid me or not. Not to say we're cash rich, but we understand there is an element that we need to infuse in the industry of making sure people have access to cash and consistently, right? That's the only way we can grow our creators. Because creators need to, if they're going to invest in the best cameras, the best microphones, you don't want them to come to your event looking shabby. They need money in their pocket. And what we're doing is we're front-loading their salaries every month. And that's something we're doing for Unilever now as well. Yes. So, and again, for creators, that knowledge. Most of them sit there and they don't know if their data, how their campaigns performed. We're constantly speaking to them about their performance and using that data to enrich their next campaign and their reporting. We also run a moderation tool on our platform. We're able to tell you if this content works or it doesn't work. And from July, we're implementing something very interesting. For a long time, sometimes, and we understand, some brands want to overly control how the content looks like. So what we're doing, based on your brief, remember you gave us your brief and we put your brief in the system. When the influencer gives us the content, we take that content back to the platform and we're going to start rating that content based on your brief using AI. So for us, AI is not just another thing on the wall. We are constantly doing it and living it and putting it into action. So that's something that we're doing, actually. Real-time data, reporting. When you run a campaign, I'm sure everyone here knows, when you run a campaign, the first thing you tell the creator is, take a screenshot, need to me your screenshot. Maybe that guy has gone to the Mara. You know, you're interrupting serious things in the Mara. I wouldn't know what happens in the Mara, but anyway, you're interrupting. So we don't do that. All our content gives us real-time data the minute it goes live. And we're able to see it on one dashboard. And you, as a client, are able to see it on your dashboard as well. We don't ask you to download apps. I'm not a fan of apps. We just give you a link. You just click on the link, and you're able to see how your campaign is performing across all your creators in real time. Lastly, e-commerce is really important for us. Everyone in this room is constantly talking about e-commerce. But when you run e-commerce campaigns with influencers, there's always that thing of the influencer tells you, that your code is not working, your link is not working, and therefore reporting becomes a major pain point. What we've done is if you're running an e-commerce campaign, we give that creator a white label. and we're able to monitor every influencer content that's linked to the e-commerce conversation, and we're able to even track things like basket value based on what you've told us the product is worth. And we're able to even tell you if this person, they can convert for sales, or this person is just awareness or engagement. And we're able to suss that out quite quickly for you. Cool. Some of our clients globally, this is just a case study. This presentation is coming to everyone, by the way. You say it came with goodies. Anyone want something else? Kabla nifunge hii duka. Some of our local partners in the last 2 years, and we're really proud of them. We have the partnership amongst agencies. We have TDM, we have the Digital Monkeys, YDX. We implement something very interesting with YDX. We run events with YDX. So nano influencers, especially for events. If you're running a concert, and you're looking at having 150 people constantly pumping out content about your concert, talk to me. We have a solution for you. Capwell, I spoke about Soko, Equity Bank, Google for Kenya and for South Africa, Blue Band, and most recently, Unilever. So yeah, take my number. Only text me about work, Aki. Musinivunjie ndoa ni mpya. And that's my email address. On LinkedIn, have the same name. On LinkedIn, it's Monga Karugah. Don't ask, it's a long story. And that's it for me.